that time of year again.
We brewed in 2018 100 total gallons of beer.
That is the bizarre ride to the far side.
Technically 95 gallons of beer, 5 gallons of cider, and there's a bonus 5 gallons of corn whiskey mash in there. 20 total beers brewed. Every one of these beers is on our YouTube channel, so you can check those out. Let's talk about our favorite.
The orange candy that you and Tommy did, that's pretty fabulous.
That's
Totally.
my favorite beer of the year. So yeah, Tommy's candy orange beer is definitely.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was really good. Highly crushable summer beer.
Highly crushable.
We had a professional chef come in and brew several beers for us this year, 4 beers for us this year.
Basically give him a base recipe, then just see his culinary mind and be like, well, I'm just gonna dry these oranges and do this stuff that I would typically not do because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And that so it's really cool to have Tommy on board, pop it in to help us with just brewing videos and stuff, which is cool.
And then also on my favorites list was the Blueberry Kush CBD beer, and that was largely Tommy's input there. That was a really good lager.
That was
just
really good.
As far as lagers go, that was awesome.
But this is one of my favorites for sure.
This was also on my favorites list. Yeah, the brewed IPA.
And then I had the rye stout, just because you can give me any stout and I'm gonna like it. It's just my favorite style.
It was a really good stout.
Yeah.
Dry, a little spicy. The hazy IPA with rye and Idaho 7.
That was good, yeah.
That was one of my favorites. Following that up, the cider we brewed was analytically, that was my favorite just based on how much I drank and how fast I drank it. I pretty much drank that 5 gallons by myself in about 10 days.
Yeah.
So
yeah. For me, maybe a little heavy on the ginger, but
yeah, true.
You have to really like ginger.
It mellowed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really good though. That was really nice.
The most funkiest award as far as all the beers we brewed would definitely have been the Melon Lime White Pepper Goza. That was like a funky beer, and that was Tommy's creation as well.
And Tommy gets the best comments.
Tommy does get the best comments.
People here love him.
Here's the thing you need to know about Tommy. He's a bartender, right? So like he stops working at 2 and then he cleans the bar until like 3 or 4 or something,
and then,
right? And then we start filming at 9 a.m. Right. So it looks like he's super baked. And
he's probably just hungover.
He might be super baked. I'm not gonna say yes or no, right?
Definitely hungover.
We'll let Tommy defend himself.
But he's got a really good palate and super good dude. So we're keeping him around regardless.
We're gonna keep, we like him or not. And we're begging Rachel to come back. She's like hanging out in Hawaii right now. So all right, beers we didn't like.
The 2 I brewed right around the time we were doing our Kickstarter. 2 double IPAs, I think.
Yeah, those are mine. I didn't like them.
They were just neglected terribly.
Yeah.
They sat in a fermenter for way too long. They were just kind of rushed.
I would agree with that entirely. Those are the 2 that I had on my least favorite list.
Yeah.
We had some big milestones this year. One, we released version 2.0 of our brewing system. It went really well. We did a Kickstarter.
It's been super fun.
Really digging on. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Get a lot of good feedback on the controller design, which so when you put a ton of time in, it's good to hear that feedback. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, and based on our feedback, we've been refining the design still. So we're constantly making changes to it. Every time we re-up our inventory, we're actually adding improvements. So.
Yeah, we can easily adjust the firmware and all that. So
right. Let's see here. We'll talk about the YouTube channel a little bit.
Yeah.
We've seen a huge growth, especially in the last quarter of 2018 on our YouTube channel.
You started the Clawhammer YouTube channel a long time ago.
Yeah, our YouTube channel is at least 5 years old or more. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Kyle Brown with Clawhammer Supply. So over the history of the channel, we have total 32,500 subscribers and 4.5 million views. Just this year alone, we netted 18,000 subscribers, and the bulk of that has come in the last 3 months.
It's nice to see the growth. You know, it's fun to have that interaction as well with everybody and get feedback, good and bad. It's pretty entertaining.
Speaking of feedback, 16,500 likes, 841 dislikes, and 1,600 comments. So a lot of interaction.
That's cool.
In the comment section of the videos too.
And we try and reply, but we also run a business and have emails, so
yeah, we can't reply to every comment.
Yeah, so I try and log in every once in a while and start handing them out. But it's really cool to see comments, especially when like other people are answering a question for someone that comments. It's always cool to see that. So definitely check them out. We don't ignore the comments. We definitely look at them. Keep commenting. It's nice.
Right. At the end of the year, we added Brew News,
which is super fun.
Yeah, super fun for us to make, and it doesn't get as much traction as our brewing videos, but we have a lot of great comments on that, and we're going to keep doing that. Rachel's out of town right now, but when she gets back, we're going to film some more. Lessons learned. Should we just do quickly, like, what's like the biggest lesson we learned? Don't neglect your beer.
Time management, I guess, with that, I would say. Like, just be on top of it. I called it the Mosaic mistake because I forgot about it for 2 months.
So if you brew a beer, know that you're gonna have to dry hop it, and then get
take it out of the fermenter at some point.
Take it out of the fermenter,
keg it, just whatever. You know, I mean, basic things, but just make that a priority instead of just being like, meh, just gonna let it sit and get gross. So.
Another lesson we learned, actually more last year than this year, we had a couple beers that you never heard about because they went bad before they just weren't good beers, and that was largely due to sanitation problems we had. I think we weren't cleaning our kegs well enough.
Yeah, so we always disassemble them completely.
So
take the little poppets out or whatever they're called, take the springs out, let them soak. So since then, I don't think we've had any issues with that. So
New Year's resolutions are always a funny thing.
Slippery slopes, man.
Do you have any brew
year's resolutions?
Yeah, I guess mine is I'd like to get water chemistry dialed in a little bit better.
Right.
I have like a basic understanding, and I use some spreadsheets and stuff like that. They come out decent, but I would like to get a better understanding and make sure that that's all dialed in.
Yeah, that'd probably be the thing that we could really dial in next year. I think a little bit better. As far as the pH adjustment, we haven't done a perfect job adjusting pH.
No. Our pH is definitely high.
We
missed this one by a mile.
We've adjusted them, but we haven't always checked
to
see if we made correct adjustments. And we did hear on one recently, and we were off, and it was that.
It was this one.
Yeah, so maybe moving forward, we'll do that, and we'll pay some closer attention to
it.
Moving forward, let us know what you want to see on the channel. We were just looking at our production calendar today, trying to figure out what kind of beers we're going to brew up this year.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to get some input, styles of beer, or if you have like a recipe you love, feel free to email me or leave a comment.
Well, thanks for watching, and keep watching in 2019 for more brewing videos.
Thanks, folks.
Yeah, thanks.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Is it New Year's?
It's coming up.
All right. When's this going out?
Before the New Year.
Okay. Happy Hanukkah.